Alright, I know if the Halloween fanboys were to stumble across this video, a lot of them would be pretty pissed off, infuriated, and that's fine. They can get mad. And I also want to let people know that if they like these new Blumhouse Halloween films, and you enjoy watching them, and you just love them, then have at it. You like what you like. It's your opinion. You have your own taste. But there is a section of us that don't like these new films. And that we get trashed on by fanboys a lot for holding these opinions. But I got thinking today, what is the biggest cardinal sin that these new Halloween films commit? And I've realized, for me personally, in my opinion, it's not the bad acting, it's not the bad dialogue or the poorly written characters or the poorly written story. It's not any of that. The biggest sin that these films commit is that they strip the Shape, Michael Myers, of his identity. When we go back to the 1978 film, the classic, the original, we see Michael stalk his victims. We see Michael haunt his victims. We see him toy with his victims. And that to me is what made the Shape scary. He was very unpredictable. And the stalking, I think, it was creative for its time. They'd not seen anything like this. It was creative and it was clever for its time. Of course, we have a lot of movies that that are very derivative of that. Of course, a lot of the 80s slasher movies are derivative of what they thought the original Halloween or the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre was like. Gory. And you go back and watch those films, you realize they're not gory. But I'm specifically talking about Halloween, not Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I think those are two of the greatest horror films ever made. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to me, is a little better. But that's just me. But I love both of them. But, yeah, Michael Myers in that film was the scariest and most creepiest we've ever seen him because of the stalking. And he's there and he's not there. And he haunts people and toys with them. These new Halloween films, that is not present here. Or at least, I think we've had about maybe one scene's worth, maybe two scenes worth of that kind of behavior from Michael. But it's not the focus of Michael. Michael has, once again, been turned into Jason Voorhees. The going into people's houses, murdering them in the most brutal ways you possibly can. That is not Michael Myers. They want you to think. They want you to think that that's how Michael Myers operated in the original. The purging from he barges into people's houses and kills them. That's more Jason Voorhees. That's not the Shape. And the thing is they built this hype around this new trilogy because now that only the first film is canon. They've built this hype around it. It's like, oh, yeah, see, you remember how the 1978 film was? He did all the stalking, and the mask looks similar now. We got the mask right and everything. And we have an idea, and we understand the original film. Yeah, I don't really think you do. If you truly understood the original film, you would have employed these characteristics of the Shape. The stalking, the haunting. And there is none of that. Like I said, he's turned into Jason Voorhees. And also I'd like to note that the other sequels, like 2 and 4 and 5 and 6 and H2O and even the first Rob Zombie Halloween movie, all had more stalking than Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills combined. Now, do I think films like 2, 4, 5, 6... and all that are good? No, they're not good. There's a lot of stuff in those movies that are bad. There is good stuff in those movies, but the masks are all bad, and the stories are all bad, and just those films, what they do is they undo the beauty of the original film. And even Rob Zombie's Halloween, they're all shit. But H2O, like I've said, is the only sequel I would consider kind of good because they do have more stalking in H2O, which is why I can sit and watch H2O. God damn, this chair's loud. But, yeah, I think that all of these sequels undo the beauty of the first film, particularly Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. They want you to think that this is the true succession to the original film. But here's the thing. The way the original film ended, Donald Pleasence shoots Michael off the balcony. Laurie, it was the boogeyman. And then Dr. Loomis, as a matter of fact, it was. He goes and looks over. He's gone. It was the boogeyman. That's the moral of the story. They try to, in Halloween Kills, explain that Michael got up, walked down the street back to his house, and got arrested on his front lawn. Do you see how that cheapens the original film? So that message of evil exists anywhere, and he could just be waiting for you to exit the house at the front door. He could be hidden in the house somewhere, or he could be down wherever. But now they want to change that. They want to completely change that and put Michael in a vulnerable position, I guess is the way to put that. And another thing that really, I think they really strip him of his identity, is that Michael should always be self-directed. He should not be the project of a crazy maniacal doctor that's kind of engineering and orchestrating this whole, like, I want to study Michael in the wild. And do you realize how much that cheapens the shape and makes him not scary? Michael, in my opinion, should never have been captured after the original film, but they decided to go that route. And they put him in the care of this doctor who's a nutcase, and he's pretty much the one behind his escape. Michael would have found a way to cause that bus crash, and it wouldn't have been explained, which would have been more in line with Michael's character. Is that how would the shape have caused something like this? That's what he does. He's just able to. So it kind of creates that, I guess, that fear in your mind. It's like, what are we dealing with the shape here? And like I said, the 2018 film does away with the suspense and the mystery, and they just find the cheapest, most contrived way possible to get Michael from point A to point B, when Michael should always be self-directed. There should never be a time where Michael is being controlled by everybody. Now, the funny part about that is, the funniest thing about that is that people will shit on and disrespect a film like Halloween 6 for him being controlled by a cult. But it's okay and it's cool because he's being now controlled by a maniacal doctor. But it's alright because we got the old score back, and with new little elements of music, and we've got Jamie Lee Curtis back, and we've got a mask that looks like the original back, and we've got the original setting of Haddonfield back. We've got all that back, so that automatically makes these new Halloween films good, right? No, that's not the case at all. You see, they brought back all that nostalgia to kind of hide the stuff that they were doing wrong, because nostalgia can be really dangerous sometimes, because it can make things seem better than they actually are. And I think when you get rid of all of the nostalgic stuff about these new Halloween films, there's not a good movie in here. There's not a good story in here. And partially, a lot to do with that is the fact that Halloween 78 should never have had a sequel in the first place, or not a sequel that involved Michael Myers. And that's just how I look at it. In headcanon, Halloween 1 is the only one that exists. And honestly, I can't help but feel a little cheated and lied to, because honestly, Halloween Kills, especially, they feel more like an anti-Halloween film. They feel antithetical to what the 78 film was. And I just feel a little bit cheated and lied to, because I felt that Halloween 2018 the hype was built around this idea that, okay, we're going to get rid of Halloween 2 from 81 all the way up to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, where all of those movies don't matter, which I thought was great. I thought that that's what they needed to do after Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, after the division that caused. This is what they needed to do. And they were bringing Jamie Lee back as well and bringing John Carpenter back to be a producer. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be something special. This has to be something special. They showed us the mask. We saw the trailer. This really looked like we were going back to the 1978 film. And when I went to go see it in the theater, I noticed that there was none of what made the 78 film scary. It was completely absent. The haunting and the stalking, all of that was gone. And you have these guys, David Gordon Green and what's his name, Danny McBride from Pineapple Express. We're all like, hey, over here, hey, you know, forget about all those sequels. They don't matter. They you know, they're irrelevant now, and we have an idea. Wow. I think, no, they don't have any ideas. They don't truly understand the 78 film, and all they've done is steal all the iconography from the sequels that don't exist anymore. So they're telling you that the sequels don't exist anymore while constantly reminding you that they do exist by, like I said, stealing all the iconography. And I just can't help but feel a little bit pissed off about that. But Halloween, the toxic fanboys will scream and yell at us and call us names and tell us that we're idiots for enjoying Halloween 6 over Halloween 2018 or Halloween Kills, which, like I said, I don't enjoy any of the sequels. But I don't know. You know, if you actually go and put in your Halloween 2018 DVD and watch the special, or no, I don't remember if it was on the DVD. I don't remember if I saw it on the DVD or I saw it on YouTube, but they were going over with the writers and about writing the script, and they happened to mention that they wrote about 90 drafts of Halloween 2018. 90 drafts, around 85, 90 drafts, so just a lot of drafts. And I can't help but think that, okay, you need to stop at 5. If you're writing 90 drafts and you're not changing anything, you are trying to cram something in that script. There's something in that script that isn't working. And I can't help but think that it's the Dr. Sartain bullshit. That's not working. So when you've got to 90 drafts of a film, you should come to the conclusion, okay, something in here is not working. And you would have reviewed the script and think, okay, this Dr. Sartain bullshit doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Let's take it out of the film and then rewrite the script, and it might flow a little bit better. And if it doesn't, something, just like I said, something in there is not working. You should not be writing 90 drafts for any film under any circumstance. You need to stop around 5 or 6. But hey, I don't know. There's just not a. I just noticed in the Halloween fan base and the production of Halloween films and the marketing and all that, there's just not a lot of thinking going on. And that's just me. This is just my opinion. I really wanted to like these new Halloween films, and I can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. And I'm sure Halloween Ends is going to be no exception. So what did you guys think? If you guys are level-headed and you're not a biased, toxic Halloween fanboy, let me know what you guys think in the comments. So that'll conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.